thought this franchise would have hit 8 installments when it was Point Break light, when they were just racing cars down the road. Like, with nobody. I thought it was like a one and done. Here we are, 8 movies later. Holy shit. The Fate of the Furious. So The Fate of the Furious is the 8th film in the Fast and the Furious franchise, and this one, it looks like Dom Toretto has gone rogue. He has gone against family. Yeah, dude was always big on family, and then he runs across Charlize Theron, who's like, oh yeah, you're gonna work for me, and somehow she has something on him. So now he's working for her, doing heists for her, and his old crew's like, no, we can't turn our back on Dom, we need to find out what's up. So now they gotta take on the one thing they are no match for. Dom Toretto, a street racer from the original Fast and the Furious movie. Really, it's one of those things I always look at these movies, I'm like, what makes him a badass? Dude was racing cars. Like, I hear people doing that a few blocks from my house. Like, what, are they gonna save the free world? This is not Vin Diesel from Triple X. This is Vin Diesel from Fast and the Furious. It doesn't matter. Because the movie commits to its absurdity. It knows it's absurd. It knows what it is. It lives it up. It delivers a pretty fun movie for it. And somehow it works. Dude, we have like submarines versus cars. This movie knows it's not Macbeth. It's not trying to be Macbeth. At a point, they were like, yeah, right, so the street racing thing, it's gonna get tired, it's gonna get old. And apparently it is, because people don't care. What do we do? Right, make it a heist movie. Why would we stop there when we can make it a ridiculous heist movie? That's what I can say is this movie's fun. The action in this movie is fun. If it's not guns being shot at cars or rockets being shot at cars, it's blowing cars up and over themselves. It's The Rock beating the shit out of dudes. I mean, the hits, when The Rock is going toe to toe with a group of people, these guys are getting hurt, and they're getting hurt bad. There's something really gratifying about a solid hit that breaks bones delivered by Dwayne Johnson. Not gonna lie to you, when Scorpion King came out, I was like, I don't know if this dude's gonna last forever. Nope, years ago he proved to us that he's a solid action star. He's gonna be around for a very long time. Here he is, just getting better and better at his craft. The entire time he's just hitting dudes, I imagine him going Shazam and a lightning bolt hitting. Every time, I don't know what, I just wanna see him as Black Adam at this point. Granted, whenever anyone's like, well, the movie's just fun action, it's just fun, what they mean is the movie's also cheesy. It's cheesy for sure. Like, if you go in here like, okay, physics matter, you're gonna be pissed. You're gonna walk out like, say son. No, it doesn't make any sense. Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, the physics in this movie are out of control. Not only is the action absurd, but the plot's absurd. Like, really, if a couple people just went to the proper authorities and were like, hey, there's a problem, they just, you know, there you go, deal with it. That probably would have been that. Granted, that's the case in a lot of movies, but it's really apparent in this one. My mind was blown when I realized there's an organization or a person called Cypher, and then I was like, who? Cypher and hacking and what? I was waiting at a point in this movie to be like, okay, this is going to be a Metal Gear Solid tie-in. This is it. It never happened. I will say, on an emotional level, this movie does surprisingly deliver. I mean, it was an emotional time in the last Fast and Furious movie with the whole Paul Walker goodbye thing. I thought they handled that brilliantly. It's different than that, but there are a couple times on an emotional level I was like, hey, this movie is trying and even succeeding. Guys, in the end, Fate of the Furious is the rarity, in which case the 8th installment of a franchise is still entertaining. If you're a physics nut and you need the action, car chases, submarine fights, Humvee versus car fight, you need it all to make sense, it's not going to. But if you can enjoy some of that James Bond absurdity, enjoy the fights, enjoy the characters, and enjoy the new conflict in this franchise among the characters, I feel like you can walk out of this movie having a good time. In fact, a very good time, no alcohol required. All right, guys, so Fate of the Furious, have you seen it? What did you think about it? What's your favorite Fast and Furious movie of all time thus far? You have a few to choose from. Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.